Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Hey, how's everyone doing, my friends? Good morning, good afternoon, or wherever you may be watching across the world. Happy Thursday. Your host, GB's of Into the Squared Circle podcast. How's everyone doing, man? A little early live stream here, of course. Busy Thursday night. But thank you very much for joining me on lunch. Maybe you're having breakfast right now, whatever you may be doing. Maybe you're on break at work. Thank you very much for watching, as always, on this Thursday afternoon. Of course, here at the show, we're going to talk about AEW Forbidden Door a little bit early, as always. Nothing has changed, at least on my end, when it comes to the previews prediction on the card. Again, we still got AEW Collision coming up, so they might add matches as we get closer to AEW Forbidden Door this coming Sunday live on pay-per-view. So thank you very much for watching on this Thursday morning / afternoon, whatever you may be watching across the world. Shout down where you're from in the comments section if you're watching live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter as well. And give me a follow, subscribe right here on social media as always, and support the podcast. Take the podcast to go. Scan the QR code as always. And here we go, man. Let's talk about it for AEW Forbidden Door 2025. But before we get there, really quickly, I want to give a big shout out, big congratulations to Big Jim Uso and Naomi. The big news this past Monday on Raw, if you haven't heard or not, of course, they're expecting a child, a baby's on its way. So congrats to them, man. That's pretty big news. And again, just a big congratulations to Naomi and Jimmy Uso. That's big news right there, man. If you love babies, you love kids, man, you know how it is. If you don't have kids and you refuse to have kids, you'll never know how it's gonna be. But man, fucking phone's blowing up here. Anyway, it's just congrats to Big Jim and Naomi, man. That's some big news, man. Extending the bloodline family down the road. All right, so let's move on here. Okay, so the big news yesterday that was dropped what Wednesday afternoon, right? WWE has announced they're going to do a brand spanking, I don't know if you want to consider a new PLE, I guess you can call it. It's going to be under the ESPN era when it comes to PLEs. Of course, the Peacock era is pretty much wrapping up because their final one's going to be the Clash in Paris, which will be next weekend. It'll be the final PLE under the Peacock streaming service. Of course, the new PLE, as I mentioned, WWE WrestlePalooza. That's the name. It's going to go down September 20th of 2025. The same day AEW is going to hold AEW's All Out right up north in Toronto, Canada. Of course, they're going to go head-to-head, toe-to-toe September 20th, of course. Now, as I mentioned, AEW All Out will be up in Toronto, and WWE's WrestlePalooza will happen in Indianapolis, Indiana. Yes, that's right. About 3 hours drive from here in the mean streets of Chicago, of course. And nothing's been confirmed when it comes to matches for WrestlePalooza. We've been just hearing a lot of talks about Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Again, there's just word going around. Nothing's been made official. And there's been talks about between Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. Now, any of this is not confirmed. Of course, we won't find out until we get closer till September, man. But of course, we got Clash in Paris. That's coming up next weekend. So we got to talk about that first before we talked about WrestlePalooza, because anything could happen in Paris, right? Could Brock Lesnar shows up in Paris, France, get involved? We don't know, right? We don't know. But I mean, again, storyline telling, they have to start it on Clash in Paris or afterwards, and I'll see how things will play out leading up to WrestlePalooza. Now, I know a lot of fans are kind of laughing about the name. It's goofy, it's silly, it's childish. Yes, you can say it all above. I get it, right? WrestlePalooza. It's not like a 70 Things TV show on WGN here in Chicago, right? I don't know, man. Hey, the ECW. I know ECW was just a bad name back in the 90s. I get it. Yada yada yada. Why they chose that name of all the pay-per-views. They kind of brought back all their previous names, right? Judgment Day. I know we got a Judgment Day group in WWE. You can't bring back the Judgment Day pay-per-view. You can't bring back the No Mercy, right? But we know NXT use No Mercy, right? Bring back the old school, I mean, in your house, right? Bring that back, man. WWE in your house. You just like classic WWE/WWF pay-per-views, man. Bring those back. But they chose Russell Palooza. Guess what? That's what we have. Indianapolis, September 20th. AEW is all out, going around in Toronto. We'll have to wait and see if we're going to get Adam Copeland and Christian Cage tag teaming up. Hopefully, it lasts all the way up there after this pay-per-view this coming Sunday. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this Russell Palooza and AEW All Out. We'll see what things will go down September 20th. But that's September 20th. Let's talk about this coming weekend. This coming weekend, AEW's Forbidden Doors going down at the O2. Going down in London this coming Sunday, of course. And of course, last night on AEW Dynamite, they were live in Scotland. Scotland. Hot crowd, man. Had a nice crowd. Building looks great. The camera shots were shot great on Dynamite last night. There are some things that scratch my head, man, when I watched Dynamite last night. Now, again, does Dynamite last night, does this feel like a go-home show? Now, I know we got Collision, right? The final show before Forbidden Door, right? We know Collision is the final show. But when it comes to the flagship show, which is Dynamite, do you guys felt like Dynamite this past yesterday, was a go-home show to Forbidden Door? Your thoughts, your opinion, drop it on the comment section down below. Does it felt like a go-home show leading into the pay-per-view this Sunday? Does last night's AEW Dynamite makes you want to get pumped up for this coming Sunday's pay-per-view? Now, yes, it's a pay-per-view. Yes, you're going to shell up some money to watch unless you have, how you call those IPVs, whatever you want to call it, and get a cheap discount, right? But anyway, at early start time this coming Sunday. It's going to be lunchtime here in Chicagoland area, so that's pretty good, right? Anyway, let's get into the match card. Let's check a look. Take a look here on my favorite website. If you've been a follower here on the show, you know my favorite website, man, the most trusted website, wikipedia.com. And, everything's all right on the website there. All right, let's look at it. Wikipedia.com. Here we go. Forbidden Door, as you see right there, the O2 Arena in London, England, this coming Sunday, August the 24th of 2025. Man, it's going to be a red hot crowd, man. I got to check WrestleTix and see what their tickets at. It's currently standing at. But as I'm looking this up, man, look at this. 9 matches. Again, they could add more matches down the road, right? Potentially down the road. Again, as I mentioned, we still have Collision coming up, and they could add maybe more pre-show matches down the road. All right, so as I'm looking at the tickets for this coming Sunday, as of yesterday, report from WrestleTix on X, there were 233 tickets available. They distribute 17,159 tickets for this coming Sunday, AEW's Forbidden Door. So we'll see if those 200 tickets get bought up in the next couple of days leading up to Sunday's big pay-per-view extravaganza, AEW's Forbidden Door. So here is what's confirmed right here in Wikipedia as of right now. Maybe there's more matches not featured, but we'll talk about these matches post-show this coming Sunday. So this one kind of got people a little worried here, and I'm talking about the man who's involved in the match, Will Ospreay. Of course, he'll be teaming up against Hiroshi Tanahashi, which he kind of got me a little worried as well last night after watching him struggle to get in the ring. I know Tanahashi's up there in age. Man, just watching him run to the ring, he kind of you kind of got me a little worried there, a little bit yesterday. I don't know if you noticed it, but I noticed it yesterday. Darby Allin, right? The crazy son of a bitch. He don't seem limping, but he did crazy shit on television last night, jumping off the mezzanine. Now, of course, you have the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, right? They're all going to get a big fat tag team style match right here against the Death Riders, right? Claudio Castagnoli, you see right here. Jon Moxley, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, and Gabe Kidd in a lights out steel cage match style tomorrow night. Not tomorrow night, this coming Sunday afternoon, Chicagoland time. And I got to say, man, this match is going to be truly a lights out. Don't be surprised. You get everything but the kitchen sink involved in this match, man. Do you guys expect to see a spiked, because those spike Young Buck shoes coming out of a bag? Possibly. Will you get a black bag full of thumbtacks? Possibly. Will you get tables? Will you get chairs? Possibly. Will somebody whip out a staple gun? I would not be surprised in this match. So let's be honest with you guys, man. This match, lights out steel cage match, is going to be a rowdy one. I can anticipate it. It's probably, I just know it's not going to be my style match. Maybe for some people, it will be your style match. But for me, not going to be my style of a match. I'll be honest with you. But if someone's going to walk out as a big fat winner, I don't know, man. Do you see the Death Riders walking away winning the match? Now, and again, there's nothing, stake-wise, right? Champion belts, the strip of management power, none of that stuff. Now, a lot of people were concerned with Will Ospreay. He might be under the scope when I'm talking about, a little bit of surgery time. We don't know, right? When it get, and I guess sound like it might be neck surgery, but again, nothing's been confirmed, which will take him out for a couple months. And a lot of people are concerned about his health. This is in a steel cage. This is a lights out match. Everything but the kitchen sink will be involved in this match, meaning more risk for Will Ospreay. Now, Hiroshi Tanahashi last night on Dynamite, he kind of got me a little concerned, man. I know he's up there at age, but man, just watching him trying to take that his robe off and attempt to, run down into the ring and doing his legendary drop kicks. And I'm like, yeah, man, he's getting up there, but just watching him, I'm like, man, I think he's getting a little rough, man. He's getting towards the end of the tunnel when it comes to his retirement tour, which I know this is his final London, England, UK show performance for Hiroshi Tanahashi. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna have Tanahashi lose, if you're gonna put out Will Ospreay, and if these rumors are true or not, and him going out and getting the proper we call it, scopes from the fine people in the medical department, right? To let him get rest, get well, recover his body. Because all the crazy shit he does, and traveling from the UK to the United States each and every week, it takes a toll, right? It takes a toll on your body. So I don't know, man. I think the Death Rider is going to walk out the lights out steel cage match. I don't know. Your thoughts, your opinions. Do you think the Death Riders will defeat the Golden Lovers, Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Will Ospreay? I expect Darby Allin do a funeral. What do you call that? The funeral drop or coffin drop? Not the funeral drop. The coffin drop on the top of the steel cage. That could happen, right? But I don't know, man. I think the Death Riders are going to walk away and win this match. I don't know. All right. 3-way style tag team elimination chamber match. Of course, this was announced last night on Dynamite, of course, because we had a match between FTR versus Brodito, which is Brody King and Bandito, and a tag team match. And whoever's going to pull the walk away last night was going to get a title shot this coming Sunday. Of course, both teams had a solid, decision winner. So Tony Khan decided, hey, you know what? just throw both of these teams into the match this coming Sunday. So it'll beat the Hurt Syndicate. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin will put their tag team titles on the line against Brody King, and Bandito versus FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Now, do you guys see FTR winning the champions? I don't know, man. Maybe 40% chance. Do you see Brodito winning it? Nah, I don't know, man. I think the Hurt Syndicate's going to retain, but but then what's next for them? You know what I'm saying? After coming out of this match, like, what's next for the Hurt Syndicate if they walk out as the winner? Like, what's next for them? Like, what's the next tag team out there in AEW that come for the world champion? I mean, if Adam Copeland and Christian Cage come out this coming Sunday stronger than ever. We know Christian Cage, and I'm jumping ahead here to Christian Cage saying this is more of a mutual tag team matchup. So look, Christian Cage is not going to change who he is. This is more like a mutual, hey, I'm going to scratch your back. And you're going to scratch my back. We're just going to help each other this coming Sunday. There's no guarantee this will turn into something after this coming Sunday. Now, if something does happen, maybe something will click in Christian coming out of this match. Could they be the next contenders to face the Hurt Syndicated? Possibly at AEW's All Out. There's a potential. So you also got to think about the future here. Do you guys think the Hurt Syndicated could retain? And who can they face in the near future? Because it's not a whole lot of list here, man. The line is slowly, it's just getting shorter and shorter as their title reigns continue on. Like, who else out there in the tag team division at AEW could step up and be on the level game with them and dethrone them? There's not a lot of them. It's not like they can't work with TNA Wrestling, right, and get the Hardys or the Team 3D because they have a partnership with WWE. So, I mean, someone in New Japan, I don't know. I mean, like, name another team that's equivalent to Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin that could defeat them. Minus FTR, which they're former tag team champions, but just the way that's been booked, I just don't see FTR winning the titles. I'd be shocked if they won them, though, but I see the Hurt Syndicated winning. Maybe set something up between maybe Adam Copeland and Christian Cage down the road. I don't know, but I think the Hurt Syndicated's going to win, but I don't know how long they will be a champion. They could drop it all out, maybe, but I don't know, man. I think the Hurt Syndicated's going to win or retain. That's my pick. All right, for the singles match for the AEW Unified Championship, Kushka Okada, the current champion, versus whose house? Swerve's house. Swerve Strickland. It's going to go down this coming Sunday. London style, of course, singles match, Unified Champion. Do you see Okada retaining the AEW Unified Champion? Could you see that happening? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, Swerve's a former world champion, right? You can add that to his resume. Guy's very popular. Fans' favorite. Busting his ass off in the indies, winning championships around the world. Could he be a future unified world champion? Yeah, I think you could, right? Unified champion. Kind of correct myself here. I don't know, man. I think Okada could retain. I don't know. Your thoughts? Yeah, I don't know. I'll pick Okada. I think he's going to walk and retain the Unified Champion. Yeah, it's my pick. All right, let's move on next here. Timeless Toni Storm put her singles AEW Women's World Championship on the line against Athena. This is for Athena's Casino Gauntlet Championship contract match, of course. And who's going to walk away and win? That'd be a win for Athena if she won the AEW Women's World Champion. That'd be the biggest night of your career, right? That'd be interesting. I'd be shocked. Hell yeah, I'd be shocked. But I don't know, man. Do you see Timeless Tony Storm retaining? Can you see that happening? Potential, right? Potential. And oh man, I think Timeless Tony Storm's gonna retain. I think so. I think so. Why, G? Why would you pick her? Well, I mean, again, a lot of people are a big fan of her. She's the fan of the people when it comes to the women's division. Um, yes, Athena's championship material. I mean, I cannot deny that. She is championship material. She's been showing off her work in Ring of Honor. She shows her capability and she busts her ass off. Athena is a championship material. Now, would it be the right time to do it in London? Yes, no, but I don't know, man. I think Timeless Tony Storm's going to retain. But it also been a big waste for a big waste for Athena if she used her per gauntlet match as well, like her contract match. Like, and I guess that's the whole point, right? It's a risk, just like the Money in the Bank of the WWE. You're going to risk it. It's not a guarantee you're going to win it, but if she cashed that contract in, this is her once and final shot, unless she busts her ass off like in a women's tournament down the road. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Tony Storm is going to retain, but I'd be shocked if Athena won. Man, I think it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a fantastic women's match. All right, the next women's match here for the AEW TBS Championship. The current champion, Mercedes Moné, is going to face Alex Windsor versus Perisapon. I'm probably saying the name wrong. And Bozilla. You know her? She's signed with Stardom. There we go. Fighting with Marigold as well. So there we go. So we got a multi-ladies from different companies. Perisapon is from CMLL. Alex Windsor, of course, came from, you can see right there, was that Rev Pro Wrestling. So a nice little mixture of women from different companies. I'll get straight to the point here. I think Mercedes Moné is going to win. I don't know too much about Bozilla, so I can't comment on that too much. Same thing with this lovely lady, Perisapon. I think I'm saying the name right. And Alex Windsor, we've been seeing her on Dynamite the past couple of weeks. Yeah, she looks pretty solid, of course. But coming out of this, I think Mercedes is going to win. I'll be honest. I'm just going straight to the point. She's going to win. Keep it fairly short here on that comment. All right, AEW's TNT champion. I don't know, man. This is going to probably be a slobber knocker. Kyle Fletcher, the current AEW TNT championship, is going to face the time bomb himself, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiromu Takahashi. It's probably going to be a balls out, high octane, right? High octane. It's good. This match is going to be everything but the kitchen sink in the match. You ever seen Hiromu Takahashi matches in New Japan? Go check them out, man. They're pretty good, man. Get Gotta keep your ass in the edge of your seat, man, on the edge of your couch. Might be having your ass standing up in the living room watching this match. I don't know, man. Kyle Fletcher, he's going to have himself a great opponent in this match. And this is a match to watch out, man. I'll be honest with you. So Kyle Fletcher, Hiromu Tanahashi, it's going to be good. It's going to be good shit here, pal. It's going to be good shit. Who's going to walk away and win? I don't know, man. I'm a big fan of Hiromu Takahashi. He's a veteran, New Japan Pro Wrestling, former champion. I think he's former junior, some kind of junior division championship in New Japan. And man, it's gonna be a good match. But you got to pick a winner. And do you see Hiromu Takahashi carrying the TNT champion in New Japan? pretty slim chance, right? But I think Kyle Fletcher's going to walk away and retain. It's my personal pick. All right, this one right here, I'm looking forward to watching. IWGP World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Big time champion belt's going to go down. Zack Sabre Jr., your current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, versus AEW's very own Nigel McGuinness. Wow, man, it's going to be a good one. We have a master of technical submission, Zack Sabre Jr., Nigel McGuinness, who is a veteran when it comes to technical submission. We've seen Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson. We've seen Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr., which was a hell of a match. It was like a year or two ago. Now we're going to get Nigel versus Zack Sabre Jr. Now the roles are switched. This one, I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to work out, man. Zack Sabre Jr., if you're familiarized with his work, excellent technician when it comes to pro wrestling, knows how to stretch his opponents like a damn pretzel, right? The way he does these holds, these incredible moves, he stretches opponents, man. Nigel McGuinness, come on, OG when it comes to that stuff. He is a fantastic wrestler, of course, when it comes to that style of wrestling, mat wrestling style. So I think it's going to be a good match. No, do you see Nigel McGuinness walking away with the biggest prize from New Japan Pro Wrestling? That'd be a huge surprise for me, man. Nigel McGuinness walking around AEW with the IWGP World Champion, right? That'd be interesting because we know we got Takeshita, right? Winning the G1. Congrats to Takeshita, winning the G1 Climax. So now he has a #1 world championship shot at the Tokyo Dome. Coming down, was it January 4th of 2026. Now, if Nigel McGuinness wins, he will face Takeshita at the Tokyo Dome. Now, if Zack Sabre Jr. wins or retains, of course, he could face Takeshita, which would probably be a hell of a match at the Tokyo Dome. So it's something to keep your eyes peeled on. I know this could be a fan. I think it might be the match of the night. I think so. But I think Zack Sabre Jr. is going to walk away and retain the big prize, the IWGP World Championship. That's my personal pick, and I'm going to stick with it, damn it. All right. Speaking of big prizes, the AEW World Champion, Hangman Adam Page versus Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. Last night on AEW Dynamite, MJF made a blackball decision when it comes to changes when it comes to this championship match this coming Sunday. Adam Page fooled MJF to doing this championship match by using his contract for this coming Sunday. MJF decided to say, you know what, F you. I'm going to go by my terms now. And he had Mark Briscoe all tied up to the chair. He had MJF and the what do you call those, the Tonga boys, putting the gasoline all over Mark Briscoe's body, tied up to a chair. And they were going to set him on fire on live national television. Right? So MJF was like, okay, Adam Page, if Adam Page is going to get counted out or disqualified, he will lose the title. And by the way, I will not use my contract for this championship match as well. If you don't accept all three things in these terms, I'm going to set your buddy on fire. And by the way, I'm going to count to 5. So MJF was like, 1, 2, and Adam Page is like, shut up, put it down. And by the time MJF got to 4, Adam Page is like, okay, all right, you got it. You got what you want. Now, let Mark Briscoe go, right? And that's what MJF did. He blew out the lighter, and he's like, good. I got what I want. Shut up. Fucking spams. You know what, man? This is interesting, man. Now the tides are turned, man. Now the championship terms is making an interesting twist here now for this coming Sunday. So, as I mentioned here, coming from MJF's request, if Adam Page this coming Sunday get counted out or he just gets disqualified. He will lose the championship belt to MJF this coming Sunday. And MJF, again, will not use his contract this coming Sunday. That is something interesting, man. That is something interesting. Will MJF walk out as the world champion? That'd be a huge surprise for me as well if MJF walks out as the winner. Could that give him an in back into the Hurt Syndicate? Possibly. But that is very interesting how they put that in. What could happen is yet to be seen. But I'm going to put all my chips in, man. If he took the contract stipulation out of this match this coming Sunday, maybe that's a good indication that Adam Page may retain. So MJF could cash in that, contract anytime he wants, right? Because why would he hold that contract and he could be the world champion? I'm like, why? Just one of the things you think about. Like, if he becomes the world champion this coming Sunday, what's he going to do with the contract, right? Will he get voided? Will he keep it until he drops the title? It's just like, kind of think about that stuff. So I think Adam Page is going to walk away and retain. It's probably not going to be an easy one to win for him, but it's going to be a tough one. Could there be some kind of interference throughout the match? I don't know, man. Do you see the Hurt Syndicate coming out of nowhere and surprise MJF and be on his side? I don't know. But as of right now, Adam Page is going to be my betting odds when it comes to this World Championship match, and I think he's going to walk away and retain. That's my personal pick. All right, last match here on the list, the reuniting of Adam Copeland, Christian Cage versus Killswitch. They changed it up last night. It seemed like Nick Wayne could be a little injured, right, on the injured list, of course. So for his replacement, we have the returning Luchasaurus, or you can call him Killswitch, however you want to look at him. Looks great. Same green beard, spitting out mist. Yeah, he's going to team up with Kip Sabian. Now, as I mentioned, Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Christian Cage made it very clear he's not going to change who he is. He's going to be the same asshole. He's Adam Copeland's asshole. The way that Adam Copeland said it. You know what, man? And I guess this is more of a mutual, hey, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. This is more of a Kip Sabian problem. I just want to get him, I just want to get this little pest off my back. Now, because there's no guarantee we'll turn into something after this pay-per-view, according to Christian Cage. I think it will turn into something. I think the bond ship, when it comes to brotherly love, probably could strengthen up this coming Sunday, which could lead into possibly All Out, as I talked about earlier in the show. Now, that being said, could Adam Copeland and Christian Cage walk away as the big fat winners? There's a pretty good chance that could happen. And it could lead to something a little bit more in the future. I would think so. I think they have I think they got a little bit more left in the gas of the tank when it comes to tag team style between these two legends. And if you're going to close out the chapter, Edge and Christian, or Adam and Christian, however you want to look at it, now would be the time to say your goodbyes, right? Farewell shows coming up. I would think they would do that, right? One more time for the good old times, the good old sakes, right? TNA got the Dudleys versus the Hardys. You're going to get Cope and Christian one more time. Hopefully, man, maybe I'm wrong. Now be the time, man. The 2000 tag team eras or the late 90s, however you want to look at it, man. Thriving, hopefully, one more time for the fans around the wrestling world. So my pick, Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. All right, there you go, folks. 9 matches total this coming Sunday. O2 Arena and London, England, AEW Forbidden Door this coming Sunday afternoon time right here in Chicagoland area. Let's come back to me, man. It's been a long show. Yeah, about 35 minutes, not that long. Thank you very much for joining me on this Sunday. Not Sunday. My day's all messed up. It's Thursday, Thursday afternoon, morning, wherever you may be watching here on the show. Thank you very much for watching, as always. As you wrap things up here, your final opinions, your thoughts about this coming Sunday's AEW Forbidden Door. Will you be watching this coming Sunday? Will you be purchasing it? Will you be illegally streaming it somewhere else? I won't tell anybody, but will you be watching this coming Sunday? I'll be watching this coming Sunday. Will you be watching or going to WrestlePalooza next month? Your thoughts and opinion, or will you be watching or traveling to AEW's All Out next month? A lot of big wrestling shows coming up. Hey man, it's wrestling, baby. Anything could happen, anywhere, anytime, any place. I thank you for watching for Thursday afternoon, morning here on YouTube, X, and Twitch. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you guys post Forbidden Door this coming Sunday after the show, some point Sunday. And by the way, have a great weekend as well. Be safe out there, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.